This week's video is all about how to focus on finishing. I think we'd all agree that most of the things we decide to do are fairly easy to get started. For instance, if we decide to start working out or start a new diet or maybe start reading a book, all of those things are pretty easy to say, hey, we're going to get started and do these things. What's not so easy is finishing, right? The topic of this video. And what I mean specifically by that is once we decide to do something, it's not so easy to go through the daily habits or the daily grind, so to speak, or the consistency that it takes to get to that end result that we all love, whether it's to being in shape, feeling great, or having the knowledge. That stuff takes a lot more work, and the finishing part is not so easy. So the point of this video, I wanted to first address that, and secondly, give some really good tips on how to finish, the mindset, and how to get closer to the end result, usually much faster. And so if you look at things like working out, eating right, reading, whatever you can insert there that you're trying to start and ultimately finish, the biggest way I've seen to finish or do the things that I set out to do is before I start a task or some kind of event is to commit to myself fully before I start it. And I would ask you, think about the things that you're trying to do or you want to do. If you know before you even go to start them that you're probably not fully committed or you don't think it's something you're going to see through, don't even walk down that path to do it, because what's going to happen, it ends up, over the long term of doing things and not finishing them, it damages your self-image. And every time you go to set a goal, you're like, you're talking to yourself and saying, I don't think you're going to do that. You don't really finish things when you set out to do them. However, if you commit to yourself from Jump Street and say, this is something I want, this is something I'm going to commit to doing. So once you make that commitment and this is something really important to me, the next step to follow up with that is direct action. So you made the commitment, the next piece, for instance, the topics of the video. Let's say working out. You say, I'm going to work out, great. Follow that up with action and write those things down. How often am I going to work out? What is my workout regimen? What is my end result? What are the things I want to get out of doing this task each and every day? Or a nutrition plan. Hey, I want to start this new diet. Great. Write down, hey, what's my new nutrition plan? When will I meal prep? When do I have to eat these meals? When will I grocery shop? Those are all things tied to actions that will get you started on the journey instead of just saying these things. And lastly, the other thing I use at the top of the video, reading a book. If that's something you want to do more of to gain more knowledge, awesome. I am a huge book nerd and absolutely love to read. If that's something you want to do more of, start with making the commitment, hey, I'm going to read more, pick out a book, and then also write down, hey, how many pages would I like to read every day? When am I going to read? Am I going to read in the morning before my day gets crazy? Or hey, will I read before I go to bed to put me in a relaxing mood so I can really absorb the information and go off to sleep? Whatever that is, it doesn't matter so much when the time is, it's that you've made the firm commitment to follow through. And that's really the definition of self-discipline. Being able to give yourself a command and follow through each and every day to get to the results that you're looking to get for. So the purpose of this video was to focus on finishing, right? It's really easy to give lip service and say, I want to start doing these things. What's much more difficult is to go through the daily deal and get to the end and get to the results that everyone wants. So focus on committing to yourself what you actually want, then follow through with finishing the end result. And I have no doubt in my mind you will be super excited to get to the results that you want. And then also when you make this a habit, each and every time that you set a goal or you set a commitment to do something, internally your mind is telling you, hey, yep, D, you got this. Every time you start something, you finish it. Every time you decide you want to do something, you make a plan and go after it. And that is really where the rhythm you want to get into. So focus on finishing. Figure out what you actually want and then make the plans and take the action to go out and get it done. And I promise you, you will be happy with where you end up on the things that you set out to do. I hope you found value in this video. Share it with someone you think that might need to see the message, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in.